Coming up on News 2, an update on investigations pertaining to recent crime reports in the territory, one day after police on St. Thomas discovered the bodies of a husband and wife, visitors to the island that had been stabbed multiple times. Recent reports indicate the couple's 24-year-old son has been arrested and charged. Plus, officials from both the Disability Rights Center and the Juan Luis Hospital met recently to talk about the status of services for mental health patients. Details. Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining us on this edition of News 2. I'm Sandra Gomansing, topping on Newscast. Carnival 2015 may have been free of any major incident, but one day after the last carnival event, the territory is rocked by a series of violent homicides. On Monday alone, St. Thomas police responded to 3 homicide-related calls. Government officials also responded to this series of crimes. News 2's April Knight has details.
At around 9:30 Monday morning, shots rang on St. Thomas's waterfront. It wasn't 1, 2, or 3 shots, but at least 15, based on shell casings found on the ground. And it all happened right next to rush hour traffic. On Monday, police cordoned off the parking lot by Burger Max, where a gray Ford Escape sat with all of its windows shattered by gunfire. The victim, later identified as 34-year-old Shane Heiliger, was placed inside a body bag merely several feet away from slow-moving traffic on Veterans Drive.
It's luckily that we only had 1 individual hurt. We could have innocent bystanders that could die as a result of these number of shots that has been discharged.
At 3 p.m. the same day, an elderly couple visiting from off-island was found stabbed to death in a local vacation rental in the Sapphire Beach area.
I'm hearing, too, that there may be some domestic or family member that may be involved in this. Nonetheless, it's something that the police department is currently pursuing.
And then, at 9 p.m. in Annis Retreat, a 22-year-old man was shot to death multiple times. The slew of homicides the past few days prompted a response from government leaders. One senator called it a bloodbath.
It's very troubling to me, and obviously as a former law enforcement officer myself, I'm very concerned with the boldness of crime that's occurring. There must be a strong presence of law enforcement, and the police department cannot do it by themselves, but nonetheless, because of the number of peace officers that we have in the territory, I truly believe that when they combine efforts, that we could see a positive impact into this type of crime situation that we're experiencing.
Reporting for News 2, I'm April Knight.
Now, Governor Kenneth Mapp called for a press conference on Tuesday afternoon with the Commissioner of Tourism and the Police Commissioner. VIPD Commissioner Delroy Richards announced that Mikhail Young, in the picture you see there, the son of the couple that was stabbed, was arrested in Boston for murder. The couple, 66-year-old Jane Young and 73-year-old Ken Young, are suspected to have been dead for a few days before their bodies were discovered on Monday. We'll have more on the governor's press conference in a later newscast. In an update, more than 6 weeks after the fatal poisoning of a Delaware family vacationing in St. John, 2 of the 4 family members are still in critical condition. Stephen Desmond and Teresa Devine took their 2 teenage sons, Sean and Ryan, to St. John in March. And that's when they were sickened by methyl bromide used to fumigate a nearby apartment by Terminix. The teens remain in critical condition while their father has stabilized and continues to improve. Their mom has been released and is recuperating. Police have now identified a man who was killed Sunday in a single-car accident in St. Croix. Officials say 63-year-old Nathan Etienne was driving in a blue pickup on a state mountain road when he struck a pole. 911 operators took a call Sunday night around 11 about the accident. When police arrived, a concerned citizen who stopped to help was administering CPR to Etienne. Etienne later died of his injuries at the Juan Luis Hospital. Well, Wednesday is the start of National Nurses in Hospital Week, and Juan Luis Hospital will be observing the celebration with a number of events for the next 2 weeks. Nurses Week is recognized from May 6th through the 12th, and this year's theme is Ethical Practice. Hospitals Week begins May 10th and goes through the 16th. It's an opportunity for Juan Luis to educate the community about its services as well as updates in healthcare. Juan Luis will begin celebrations on May 6th with a candlelight service and a mini concert at the Cardiac Center. Other activities will include a midnight breakfast, awards ceremony, and open house. Members of the Committee on Health, Hospital, and Human Services, chaired by Senator Kurt Violet, Tuesday concluded the St. Thomas St. John District portion of a guided tour of health facilities. They say to gain a better understanding of the state of healthcare in the territory. Legislators visited the St. Thomas East End Medical Center Corporation, the Myra Keating Smith Community Health Center, and the Morris F.D. DeCastro Clinic and the Roy Lester Schneider Hospital, where they had extensive discussions with health administrators. Committee members present included Senators Marvin Blyden, Almondo Rocky Liburd, and Kurt Violet. Representatives from the offices of committee members, Senator Jean Ford, Novelle Francis, and Tregenza Roach were also present. Well, officials from both the Disability Rights Center and the Juan Luis Hospital met recently to talk about the status of services for mental health patients. The meeting lasted for 2 hours, and officials from the Disability Rights Center say they're pleased with the progress. News2's Erica Parsons has the story.
Juan Luis Hospital is on the road to getting its psychiatric unit back up and running.
We're excited. We think that some strides have been made. It's good to hear that there's some good news coming from our hospital because, you know, we all benefit